So every day in this country, there is always something to talk about. Story always the gist always there. So on this video, I'm going to talk about what P2V brought to the notice of the public about the brother's property that was demolished. According to him, that was on lawlessness. So there are some questions I'll be asking on this. I'll bring into our minds to. I'll be just putting the questions out there for you to ponder and reason with me about what is actually going on. We know from the news, we all know what happened, how all this came about. All this came about. I will not start going into details about that. So this video won't be too long. Now, I read from Sahara's report that that the woman that came to lay claim that the land belongs to her. That from police, according to Sahara report that police there was a police report that the land was allocated to the woman in 2023. That was the police. I couldn't read because the writing was more or less all these doctors' handwriting. So I didn't want to stress my eyes trying to read what is it. But I wanted to check the date of the police report. I happened to see it online. I checked the date of the police report. The police report was made in 2025. Now, if she was claiming that the land was allocated to her by government in 2023, then how then is she now making police reports in 2025? For how many years? She waited for how many years? From 2023, 24, 2023, 24, sorry, 2023, 2024, 2025, 26, 27, 2028, 2029, 2010, 11, 12, 13. Over 20 something years. 20 something years. She didn't she didn't make any report or anything at all. Now that she didn't call the police attention to anything at all that her land has been taken over. Now that's aside. Why didn't she do anything? Now that's aside. Now if you start looking at all the receipts and all the documents that is flying around on social media, you will see none of them go beyond 2023. She went to court in 2023. In 2023, and the certificate of occupancy was issued to her in 2025. Then the repossession was issued to her in 2025. Now, if you look at this, you will see that it's after the this thing has been issued to her, the certificate of occupancy, the CFO has been issued to her. That was when they went in and started demolishing the properties. But since the case is in court since 2023, they waited and waited. They never did anything. So they waited and waited and waited till that certificate was issued to her before they stepped in and start demolishing the properties. Since 2023 that she filed the case in the court. According to we all know that they didn't actually alert, they still actually let the person that according to the squatters on the land to know that they are in court. There is a court dispute over the land. They didn't let them know. They just put unknown there. Now, according to the lawyer of Peter V's brother, they didn't get notice of any court proceeding or any dispute over the land. They didn't get anything from the court over the land. Now, according to the woman and her lawyer, they served them. Now, if there was someone, this guy, I have forgotten his name. He's also he also give his own commentary about what is happening in Nigeria. He said something that they have gone to the property, pasted the thing on the gate, maybe on the wall anywhere, then snapped it and then remove it, and then went to court to present as evidence that they have served. Because if they do not see you to serve, maybe they have come the first and the second, and they do not see you you to serve you the papers, they will not paste it maybe on your gate or wherever they know that your eyes will see it. Maybe that and then snap it picture and then take it back to court to show that you have been served. Maybe now, according to him, that was what they did, and according to the lawyer, that was what they did. Now, my question in all of these things is, why is it that it's after Peter Obi contested for election, that is when all these things started happening? That is when they started going after the property and all of that. Why is it just right after he contested for election? Now, why is it at this period of time? That was when this. That was when they decided that, or that was when the lady or whomever that is advising the lady decided, oh, this land is your own. You have to start fighting for it. Why is it after he contested for 2023 election? Now we have seen on social media that P2B he's a land grabber, he's a land grabber, and the government of Lagos State has came out to address the public that they are not involved in what is happening. As the spokesperson, is it the media spokesperson or Bayo Ananoga came out and said P2B is a liar. So many people have called him a liar. That he said that Lagos State government demolished it. Now, if you read what he said on Twitter and if you listen to the interview he granted, he never said Lagos government demolished. He was asking who sent them. That was his question. He was asking who sent them to demolish the property. Where is the court order? I want to see whoever that is. There was no place he specifically said the Lagos state government have demolished the properties of my brother. There was no place he tagged or mentioned or said or accused or lay allegation on Lagos state government. He only said that some people are he was only saying this is lawlessness, and he was demanding to know the people that gave the order for the property to be demolished. They have said a whole lot of things. They have called him land grabbers and all. Another thing I want to talk about on this video. Now they are calling P to be a land grabber. Now, if you I want to bring this to our minds and to light. If you understand if you understand what is trying to go on. Now, they might succeed taking the land away from them. They might succeed. Now, if you even look, they have started erecting structure on the land. They have demarcated the land with a fence. They have started erecting. This is something that is still in court. They have already started doing something on the land. Now, I believe that what they are planning to do is this. They might succeed taking the land away from them. Now, if they succeed doing that, they will now tag P2B a land grabber. They will not say his brother, because all their main target and their main, this is my belief, their main target and their main focus is Peter Obi. They will tag him a land grabber, that he came to Lagos and started grabbing people's land. Now, the said woman, they said they issued they allocated the land to her in 2023 for over 20. So you didn't see people, you didn't there was no way you saw them digging foundation on the land, bringing building materials on the land, bringing all the things that they use to build the property on the unit. She never saw any of these things. She never saw any of this. After 20 something years, she now came out and said that the land has been taken from her. That someone has unlawfully erected a property on her land. Now they might, like I said, they might succeed taking the land there. And if they do that, they will tag P2B a land grabber, because this is what they have been saying a lot about Igbos in Lagos, that they are land grabbers. Most of them are saying that we claim that Lagos is a no man's land. Igbos claim that Lagos is a no man's land. So we go about and do whatever we want in Lagos. No, they want to tag him with land grabbers in Lagos. But if you look at this very well, we know what is happening in Lagos. Now, if there was a guy that is into real estate, I just watched his video recently. He talked about how people are going about grabbing land in Lagos. These are people that they are called them negotiants. They go about looking for properties that are very old. Now, when they see properties that are very old, they will now start making research about that properties. And if they see that the owner have died, or they see that maybe there is a loophole in the documents of that property, they will go after the property. According to the guy, he said this is what happened with that of P2B's brother. They will go after the property just to grab the land. We know this quite well in there. This is happening not just in Lagos. It's happening all over the places. If you even know very well, and they called Tinubu the richest landlord in Africa. Well, how did he become the richest? Was it not from grabbing lands? He became the. How did he get all the lands he got in Lagos? Was it not as a result of being the governor of Lagos State? He used that his office to take people's land in Lagos. No be so him take get all those lands. Now, if you even look at this current APC government, they are the ones that are taking lands from people in Nigeria. Go to if you go to Abuja, you see what Wike is doing there, taking lands that belongs to people in Abuja, allocating it to whomever he wants to allocate it to. So if you look very well, these people, their their job, we just know APC as people that does not abide by the constitution and the laws of and the law governing Nigeria. Look at what Buhari, I said Buhari, look at what Tinubu did in Rivers State, which is against the law, which is against the law. He removed a democratically elected governor. Though I'm not supporting him anyway, but he has to abide by the law. I'm not supporting because they all know what happened in Rivers State, how Wike muscled and rigged the election. They all know. I'm not supporting him, but they went against the law. So people be crying that the demolition, this is lawlessness. It shows that it's actually lawlessness. But if the Lagos State government is coming out to say that this they do not have enhanced in it means that it shows that they know what is happening. They know what is happening. They can't tell me they know. If they know what is happening. And even the woman that claimed that they said that till now we still have not actually known whom the person is. If you check all the documents, no one is goes beyond 20. Even the everything is from 2025 sorry, from 2023 to 2025. None of them go beyond 2023. None of them goes beyond that. And the guy that's into real estate I told you earlier, he made mention of how P2B's brother or the company that was on that property, how they acquired this property in 2011, and they paid about 250 million naira to acquire the property back then. So how come all this while this person did not see anything when the property was developed on this land? Nothing. It's only after the election, after 2023 election, that all these things that was when that was when they started going after the land after 2023. It was made public because P2B, because of the demolition, and P2B came on social media to talk about it. But they started this thing since 2020, just after P2B contested for presidential election in Nigeria. So I'm just putting this out there. So what will you make what will you make of this? Do you believe that they are just doing this just because the land actually belongs to the woman, or are they doing this just to go after P2B and then use this against him? Like I said, they might succeed taking the land away from him, but if they do that, they will tag P2B a land grabber. They will not say his brother or the company. It is P2B that they will say he is the land grabber. So what do you make of this? This is my thought, and this is what I want to put out there. This is what I want to put out there. They are only going after P2B. To me, that is what I see. And they might succeed anyway. They might succeed because this is Nigeria. They might succeed.